21st Century Links. This is Sarah. Just a little bit of a belated report on my last 3 days of my writing retreat. Day 3, really just plotting a little bit of Substack. And then on day 4, which was a Saturday, just was Heartbreathe is Writing Community Double Down Day. I doubled down and got lots of, a little bit of writing, a little bit of editing, just lots of little things done. And then day 5, I did pretty much a little bit of planning, a little bit of Substack, and kind of called it a day. Very, very productive. Maybe not as productive as you could have thought it would have been, but my job was mostly to spend the time to work on my writing, working on my creative stuff. And I did spend a lot of time doing that. So, Sarah Kenner of Heartbreathe Things tracks a lot of her time in task blocks, which is about 30 minutes, 25 minutes of work, about 5 minutes of break, Pomodoro style. And I just calculated that I, between a little bit of planning and all of the action that I took during that writing retreat, I did, literally like 27 plus 5, so 34 task blocks worth of work, which is divided by 2. That is, 16 hours worth of work. Solid. No wonder I was running a little crispy crittered by the end of it. And then I'm using that information to help fund my business. Fund things like editing and legal stuff and like being protected from copyright and covers and things of that nature. So I earned for myself just from the planning, which I consider like motion more or less. It's like, okay, it's important to do, but it's not necessarily going to move the needle. What's going to move the needle is following through. So motion, task blocks, there are 5 of those, so that's like $1 a task block. And the actions is like, okay, the writing, the editing, the plotting, working on Substack, doing videos, all of those kinds of things. I was 27 of those is about $2 a task block. Then putting into the business, yes, I'm aware of the countings, that this is what I'm considering like investing into my business, because videos and writing novels technically is a business on a post-tax basis, plus a $15 just weekly investment, kind of boring, to put into the business. And then I am filtering that, so a total of $74, which is insane. I have not typically gotten that good, got that amount of money in one week, but that happened this week. And applying the Profit First methodology by Mike Markovitz. I'll include his link to him, but it was like you set aside a little bit for yourself, a little bit of profit, a little bit of taxes for the not so silent partner that is Uncle Sam or your appropriate taxing authority or authorities, depending on where you are in the United States. You got the federal government, you've got your state government, you've got your county, you've got your city, and so on. I can't imagine it's much different in other parts of the world. There just maybe not be as many separate entities. And then they're definitely not so silent. And then set aside from owner's pay, which for me I write as writer's pay, because that's what it is to me. It's like I am a writer. That's the money that's I'm setting aside to pay myself ultimately. not taking any of that cash right this minute. Number one, there ain't that much money in there yet. Well, it's like I hope that will change, but not much money there at this moment. And then the rest into operating expenses, things like paying for the editing, paying for the copyright, registration for all of those, cover artists, any of those kinds of related items. Not the only things, but those top ones of my mind. And then it was like separate, was like funneling it through in percentages. Some of his percentages seem a little, not sure about that. But it's a moving target. From when I started setting up, it was like back 3 quarters ago. So back in July, I was like, okay, I put 1% towards profit, 1% for taxes, 1% for writer's pay, and the rest would go into OpEx, most of which is being concentrated under, being able to pay for editing. And then in the second quarter that I did it, okay, up everything out, those 3 categories to 2%. And here in this third quarter that I've been doing it, 4%. And putting the rest into OpEx. And that has saved a fair amount of money. Maybe not enough to do everything I want to do right this minute, but at least a start. Hear more about that, please hit subscribe. See you in the next video. It's like Funding Friday, and learn more about your progress in writing yourself.